Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is spirituality and unforgiveness, and we're fortunate to have with us Dr. CPoe to talk about spirituality and unforgiveness. And of course, Dr. Poe, let me welcome you to the show this morning. And to say, Dr. Poe, how very, very glad we are to have you here to talk about spirituality and violence. This is just another continuation of a series that you've given us dealing with spirituality. You talked about spirituality and depression, which we believe to be one of the best shows that we've had an opportunity to deal with concerning depression. You've also talked about spirituality and self-esteem. People have been so encouraged and impressed by some of the information that you've been giving us. And we thought the same way in terms of dealing with spirituality and unforgiveness. I think the Master told us that forgive, and if you forgive, and etc. And I think that will probably be your emphasis this morning. But let's give you an opportunity. But before we do that, let's give some of those who might not have had an opportunity to see spirituality, depression, and spirituality and self-esteem, and that excellent study that you gave us dealing with suicide among African Americans, just a whole number of things. Let's see if you can sort of give us some information about your background, your education, and that kind of information for those who might not know who Dr. CPoe is, and then we'll get into some kind of definition for, first of all, spirituality and then unforgiveness. And let's do it from that perspective.
Dr. Haney, I'm a Christian psychiatrist in private practice here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm also an associate minister at 15th Avenue Baptist Church. I'm involved in prison ministry at the Trinity Center in Only, Tennessee. I've also, for many years, was involved in homeless ministry, and also I'm involved in a ministry of raising funds as well as clothes for a school in a very poor area in Durban, South Africa.
As a matter of fact, you were with us dealing with the issue of apartheid and some of those issues dealing with AIDS and et cetera from Durban, South Africa, I think. Dr. Poe, let's talk about this topic that we believe to be very, very important, but I think it's a topic that people never think about. Very, very few people ever think in terms of, first of all, very, very few people actually think in terms of spirituality, and they think perhaps less of unforgiveness. But let's talk about that, and let's have you to give us some kind of definition in terms of what you mean when you talk about spirituality and unforgiveness.
Yes. Now, spirituality is essentially the pursuit of a growing relationship with God or with God by whatever name. Spirituality then is a reflection of that pursuit in so many different ways. Unforgiveness, as I see it, is a condition in which I have lost the right relationship with God. It's a condition that's a byproduct of me refusing to forgive others as God has forgiven me. And so unforgiveness is a condition. Spirituality is the pursuit of a growing relationship with God.
Well, now, why is it that we rarely think of spirituality and unforgiveness within this context? I mean, I think all of us are familiar with forgiveness and unforgiveness and et cetera, but we never think of it as having a psychological or health or mental impact. Why is it that for whatever reason we've been kept from that kind of perspective?
Well, I think that perhaps up until the last 15 years, the medical profession, and particularly, and also the psychiatric branch of medicine, has not researched the relationship between spirituality or faith in God, regular prayer, regular worship, and how it impacts physical and mental health. We do have studies now that have been done over the last 15 years that show conclusively that persons who have an active faith in God, persons who pray on a regular basis, persons who attend a place of worship on a regular basis have better mental health and better physical health, live longer, and report a greater degree of life satisfaction.
And so we know that to be statistically correct in
Yes.
terms of we've got the figures to